World War II, which lasted from 1939 to 1945, was one of the bloodiest conflicts in human history. During this time, millions of soldiers and civilians lost their lives, and many countries were destroyed. Among the many dramatic events that took place, it is essential to understand the fate of the military equipment that participated in the fighting. In particular, the topic of sunken tanks and those that got stuck in swamps or lakes is particularly intriguing. These stories not only shed light on the conditions under which the battles were fought, but also remind us of the tragic fates of the people who operated them. During World War II, tanks became a key element of military strategy. Their mobility, firepower, and armor allowed for effective offensive operations. However, as the front lines shifted and the fighting became increasingly fierce, many armored units found themselves in dramatic situations. Some tanks were destroyed in combat, others became stuck in swamps, and many were abandoned at the bottom of lakes or rivers. As a result of these tragic events, military equipment became part of the local landscape. One of the most well-known cases involves British tanks that were sunk during the evacuation from Dunkirk in 1940. Due to the German offensive, Allied forces had to retreat to the port of Dunkirk. During this operation, many tanks were deliberately sunk in the canals to prevent them from falling into enemy hands. Today, the wrecks of these machines provide valuable information about those events and allow for a better understanding of military tactics. Another interesting case concerns Soviet tanks that got stuck in swamps during the Battle of Stalingrad. In difficult terrain conditions, many units were forced to abandon their vehicles, which then became part of the surrounding landscape. These tanks, often used for city defense, gradually became symbols of resistance and the fight for freedom. Their wrecks can now be discovered by archaeologists, and their history reveals the determination of Soviet soldiers in the face of extremely challenging circumstances. Modern research and discoveries of tank wrecks in lakes and swamps bring new information about World War II. In recent years, explorers have found many tanks that sank in various parts of Europe. For example, during archaeological work in Lake Balaton in Hungary, the wreck of a T-34 tank used by the Red Army was discovered. Such finds provide valuable insights into the construction of the machines, their use in battle, and the daily lives of soldiers. Sunken tanks are not only relics of the past, but also monuments to the tragedies that occurred during the war. Each discovery reminds us of human suffering and the costs of armed conflicts. As technology advances and new research methods are introduced, uncovering these wrecks becomes increasingly easier, and their history gains new life. In summary, the sunken tanks of World War II and those that got stuck in swamps or lakes represent a fascinating topic for exploration. Each of these stories is not only a tale of military equipment, but also about the people, their fates, and the choices they made in the face of war. These discoveries teach us how important it is to remember the past and how history is shaped not only by what we see on the surface, but also by what lies beneath the waters and in the muddy terrains.